Stephanie Hughes of Bloomberg joins us now. She's got her eye on Air Canada. Stephanie, great to see you. Thanks very much for giving us the time. What's happening with Air Canada, please?
Of course, Andy, and I hope you had a great long weekend. So Air Canada shares fell as...
Stephanie, let me tell you,
sorry.
A deranged elderly man in Toronto tried to drive his Honda CR-V in the back alley, and it didn't go well. I'm talking about myself. So that's what I spent a lot of Sunday or Monday doing anyway, trying to get that car moving. Anyway, carry on. Tell us about Air Canada. I'm sorry.
Anyway, yes. So Air Canada had a rough weekend too, or rough week there also, Andy. So those shares fell as much as 5% today, and that was the that's extending a multi-day slide there, and after reported earnings last week. And even though the adjusted earnings came ahead of what analysts were expecting, investors continue to be wary of certain risks facing Air Canada's outlook there, including foreign exchange risks. There's also the potential guidance cut later on in the year. Should be noted that management left their guidance unchanged. But that and fuel costs and potential curbing of travel demand, all of that is being seen as an overhang on the stock. Then, of course, you've got these tariff risks hanging over the company. So that's all been compounded by some inflation data today, and you notice that Air Canada is preparing for potential U.S. flight cuts later on in the year. But the inflation data suggested that airfare is down on a yearly basis for the 7th straight month in a row. It should be noted that airfare is still 5% above the pre-pandemic levels in 2019, but we're starting to see some softness there. So again, even as Air Canada beat estimates, its guidance was unchanged. Investors are still looking ahead to some of the potential risks on the horizon there, Andy.
And Fortuna Mining out of favor with investors.
Yeah, Fortuna Mining fell by nearly 10% at its lowest point, and that was its biggest intraday drop since last October. And CIBC's analyst team really downgraded the company, the silver miner, to an underperformer rating from a neutral rating. And this is because they're really seeing this transition occur as the company's going from a silver company more so to a producer in West Africa. They added that their analysis shows that silver's contribution to the company's performance is moving from 50% contribution in 2019 to closer to 3% this year. So quite a drop. That's a projected 3% there. So they also expect that 2025 will be this transitional year with lower production, and even further still, that production is expected to be weighed on by over the long term by the short mine life at the Yaramoko project over in Burkina Faso. So few moving parts with Fortuna there, but it all comes down to this downgrade by the analysts there, Andy.
Stephanie, thank you very much. And just back to that CR-V, I should have known nobody else had driven in the back alley behind my house. This is Sunday morning, or Monday, it was yesterday morning. But of course I thought, well, I've got snow tires. No way. No way. Maybe you'd get through and afford 150.
Happens to the best of us.
My neighbours came out, though, in true Canadian fashion. They came out, and eventually they were the ones who actually got my car moving again. Oh, but it was a long, drawn-out process. Yeah, I was feeling sorry for myself. I was trying to gouge snow and ice from under the vehicle. So it was a long morning. Thank you very much.
For sure.
Stephanie Hughes of Bloomberg.